I had a friend put on Facebook about how their little boy was sleeping through the night, and my kids never slept through the night. And then I wanted to try to get my boys off of their allergy medicine. And that's something that I needed to tell my husband. I needed to show him, you know, a reason why I was ordering these things. So Anderson, our 5-year-old, has had 18 ear infections, and he has taken Singulair his entire life, and it worked. It worked when I gave it to him. But sometimes, you know, we would get busy and I might forget. So 3 days of me forgetting his medicine, and he would have an ear infection every single time. So it worked when I gave it to him. But nobody could tell me what that medicine was going to do to his little body in 50 years. It hasn't been around that long. So there are no studies out there. And I like to see a study. I like, show me some evidence for something, and then I'll be more likely to use it, especially on the kids. So I had been doing that simply because that's traditionally, that's what I went to school for. I am a family nurse practitioner. I've worked family practice, and I've been in pain management, and now I am in an orthopedic clinic. So I've seen people come in and need narcotic pain medicines, and yes, some people do need those, but I think that there's an alternative for pain medicine. I think there's an alternative for any kind of medication, and I'm not saying, nor will I ever say, that I'm against medication. I'm definitely not against people going to their doctors. You know, if I said that, I wouldn't have a job. So I'm not against that at all. I just think that there is an alternative out there. God put these plants, he put plants on the earth on the 3rd day. He put these plants here before he even put us here. So when someone is sick, and I say this in a class, when somebody is sick and we say, well, we'll pray for you, or we'll add you to the prayer list at church, you know, we're praying to God. We're praying to our greatest physician to heal that person. So no, I'm not against medications. No, I'm not against doctors. But I think that there is an alternative, and we as a society have just gotten so far away from that. Let's get back to the God-given plants that were put on this earth for us. So that's my soapbox. That's kind of how I got started. I ordered this kit. It showed up at my house, and I didn't even know what an essential oil was. I did not learn about that in school. I taught a Bachelor's of Science class at a local university, and I didn't teach my students about that, essential oils. But, you know, they've used them in many, many other countries for so many years, and it's just now making its way to the United States. So we are always running behind on the times. So it's finally moving this way. So I'm going to start the PowerPoint that we're going to talk through. And so just remember, I can't see what you type, but go down and type something in that chat feature, or unmute yourself and just ask a question through the whole thing if you have a question. Okay, can you all see that? I guess you can't tell me. Heather, unmute yourself if you can.
I can't see it.
You cannot?
No.
Okay. Is that better?
That's it.
Technology, man. Okay, so essential oils. Essential oils is what we're going to talk about, and Young Living is the company that we are going to discuss tonight. This one quote says, the person who takes medicine must recover twice from the same disease, once from the medicine. Because we give you something, and I say this as a provider, and it's going to look like I'm reading a lot because there's people on the telephone who are not logged on, so they can't see this if I just point out something on a slide. You know, I give somebody medicine, for example, today I had a patient who was on narcotic medicine post-surgery, and she calls and says, that's making me sick. I need some Phenergan. Well, my answer to her is, you don't need the Phenergan. You just need to stop taking the medicine. So we just keep covering up things. Okay, necessary formalities. Yes, I am a provider. Yes, I diagnose and treat. I write prescriptions all day long. This class, I'm not diagnosing. I'm not treating. I take that hat off tonight. I'm just telling you what these oils have historically been used for and how they may help you with certain ailments, with certain symptoms, with many different things, emotional problems, physical problems, anything that could be possibly going on. So we're going to talk about the Everyday Oils Kit, and Young Living puts this kit together, and it is the most commonly used oils that they put together in a kit. This is typically how most people start. Couple of reasons. One, because if you purchase a kit, you get a discount. All of these oils, and there's a diffuser that's not in this picture, and a diffuser is kind of like an oil humidifier. It disperses the oil up in the air. That all comes in the kit. The diffuser itself is over half the cost of the kit. So this whole kit that we're talking about is $150. Each bottle of that oil is a 5 milliliter bottle, and it contains between 80 and 100 drops of oil. So these little bottles last a long time. So what is an essential oil? Most of us have experienced essential oils without even knowing it. So think about when you walk outside after cutting the grass, and that's the smell that we all smell. That is essential oil from the grass. Or when you are peeling an orange and that mist that flies up in the air, that is the essential oil from that orange peel, from the orange. So we have all experienced essential oils without even consciously knowing it. Like if you get a dozen roses, what does everybody go to do it? You go up and you smell it. That's the first thing people do. That is the essential oils that you are smelling. So they are very, 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 very concentrated. Essential oils are like the lifeblood of a plant. They are in every shrub, tree, flower, root, bush, seed. They're all over the plant. So just imagine if you cut your finger. And if you cut your finger, you bleed. And as you bleed, that's your body's way of cleansing that wound. The same thing is what essential oils do to a plant. So if you have a leaf and the end of the leaf is torn, well, that whole leaf doesn't die, nor does the whole limb or that whole tree, just because a leaf got torn. So the essential oils they rush to that area and they heal it. They cause like the scab, just like that we would get on our own body. So essential oils are in all kinds of plants. They're in all the plants. They help the plant grow and evolve and adapt to its surroundings. They help plants defend against insects and disease and the environmental changes. So it's all over. They're all around us, and we just don't, and I never recognized that as being the essential oil. So there are 1,031 references to essential oils in the Bible, or it can be referred to as aromatic oil-producing plants. So this is all throughout the Bible. We'll talk about frankincense, but frankincense is a big one. You know, frankincense was delivered or brought to baby Jesus. So all throughout the Bible, there is references to these plants. So what can these plants do for you? That's a big question that I get a lot. Well, what is that going to do for me? Many different things it can do. So it can inspire or promote a positive emotional state. Some essential oils may uplift the spirits, while others empower you to release negative thoughts, depending on what oil you choose and what you're trying to get from that oil. They can, just like I said about the orange, you know, when you peel that orange, does that not smell fresh and clean? So emotional state's a big one. Another one is physical wellness. Can increase or enhance your physical wellness. So our modern lifestyles don't always create the optimal conditions for physical wellness. Just think about what you've eaten today. Did you put toxins per se, or were you one of those good people who only ate all organic, natural fruits and vegetables, and it had no pesticides or anything sprayed on it? Probably not. I know that's not what I did. I know that's not what I just fed my kids. So they can enhance your physical wellness. They can purify your home. So think about what you use. What do you use to clean with? And then think, would you hand that to a 3-year-old and have them clean with it? Would you take that bottle of whatever cleanser and spray it on their skin? Probably not. So these can be used, essential oils can be used. They're safe for children. They're safe to use around them. They can touch them, but you can use them to purify your home. You can use them to refine your skin. They will help, several of them will help with anti-aging effects. So get rid of the chemicals in your beauty routine, and then you can have that natural glow. They've been used for many, many years to help soothe tension, to help support healthy cell growth, to help promote a clear complexion, to soften the signs of aging, and to help your hair grow hair or make your hair longer. They can help with dandruff, many things to do with your hair. And they're also used for spiritual awareness. So incense we hear about, or essential oils from plants, have played a very important role in religious ceremonies and spiritual ceremonies. Research shows that pure constitutes of the oil stimulate the olfactory receptors, which activate a part of your brain called the limbic system. And we'll talk about that more when we talk about different ways you can use the oils. So there are 4 grades of essential oils. You will see them listed if you just go out and start researching. You'll see them listed as A, B, C, and D, or 1, 2, 3, and 4. So grade A is Young Living oil. That is the most pure, unadulterated. Nothing has been added to these oils. No pesticides have been used in the field. That was very important to me. My dad is a landscape horticulturist, and we grew up spraying Roundup my entire life. You know, if there's a weed there, why bend down and pick it up when I can just squirt it with Roundup? Well, I don't want those chemicals, whatever chemicals they may be, to be on the plants that are then distilled, and we get the oil from these plants, and I rub them on my children. I put enough stuff on them. I feed them enough stuff. I don't need to put anything on them intentionally. So grade A is the first distillation. It is the most therapeutic medicinal grade oil. They will never, ever expire. And that's huge when you're talking about different grades of oil. Grade B is natural or food grade oil. Now there is a chain store around where we live in Knoxville, and I love to go to that store, and I pick on it all the time, not because I don't like it, but because I knew that they sold essential oils, and I wanted to know what they had. So I go and I look on the shelf, and they all say natural, and they say organic. Well, in my mind, I think natural or organic, that's exactly what I need. You know, we have been told buy organic fruit, buy organic vegetables, but that's not the case when it comes to essential oils at all. There can be something added to a grade B oil. If you look at those shelves, you'll see that those bottles have an expiration date. They have an expiration date for a reason. Either a chemical has been sprayed on the plant, or there has been some dilutant or solvent mixed in that bottle when it's put on the shelf. That's why if you ever go and you can buy a bottle of frankincense for $12, be guaranteed that is not a pure oil. There is no way they can get frankincense from Yemen or Somalia, collect it, distill it, get it to the United States for $12. Not happening. So make sure that you are looking for the grade A. Grade C is perfume grade oils. You know, the perfume industry, they only care about what it smells like. Doesn't matter if it's got any therapeutic or medicinal properties. They just want it to smell good. So that is the grade of oil that goes into our perfume, or can go into skin and hair products, just like grade D. And grade D, or where it says floral waters, are very low quality oils. They have zero therapeutic medicinal properties. They can also be made completely in a lab. They may have no essential oil properties to it, just completely made in the lab. So grade A is what we want. We all want an A, right? So grade A is what we want. We want to be able to, they never expire. That's something important to look at. And also grade A is you can ingest them. The majority of the oils you can ingest. One, with an exception, is wintergreen. You cannot ingest that because we don't, our bodies just don't break down wintergreen. So it makes you kind of wonder why we chew wintergreen gum if we can't ingest wintergreen. But the majority of grade A oils you can ingest, and it'll say dietary supplement on the bottle. So why does my family use essential oils? Well, I encourage everybody to do your own research. Yes, I'm a study girl. I'm a research girl. I like to read it for myself. So I encourage other people to look things up for yourself. Young Living, I believe, is the highest quality. It has been around for more than 20 years. There's many other companies out there. And a lot of them have been around, the other big names have been around for 6, 7, 8 years. And they are actually a spinoff of maybe Young Living. So Young Living is very pure. They have a process called the Seed to Seal Commitment. And this is where they look at the seed. Young Living has a group of experts that look at the seeds that will produce the highest therapeutic value based on scientific research and field studies and university partnerships before they ever plant it. And then next they cultivate it. So hands-on experience at each of Young Living's global farms ensures strict quality standards are met when their plants are grown, including weed and pest control that are not done with chemicals. They can be done with other essential oils, proper soil preparation and irrigation. And then we go to distill. So Young Living distilled their oils with low pressure and low temperature steam distill that allows the natural and bioactive plant compounds in every batch of essential oil to remain uncompromised. So they will either distill the oil or they will cold press the oil. And cold press is what you do to citrus oils, because you can take the rind just as you peel that orange and see the mist come up or the essential oil come up. They will press that out of citrus oil. And then they test it. So every essential oil is tested both internally and by a third-party lab to make sure the purity and potency and overall quality is worthy of that Young Living label. And then they seal it. So the seed to seal process is complete when Young Living carefully inspects and seals each bottle of essential oil and encodes that label with information that allows them to trace it back to its source. So there's a batch number on every bottle. So how do you use it? Well, there's 3 different ways to use essential oil. The first, and this is how we use it most often in our house, is topically. And I think that that's probably because we've got babies. Oh, sorry, because we've got babies at our house. Babies 3 and 5, they're still babies, but little ones. They're not going to take a peel. So many essential oils are safe to use directly on your skin. Most, the popular areas include the temples, soles of your feet, bottom of your feet, abdomen and back. And to use an oil topically, if you are going to dilute it, and I typically dilute most oils, I dilute down simply because I keep them in a roller bottle, this little bottle, and I put the oils in it and I rub it on their chest or their feet. You dilute it down with a carrier oil, and a carrier oil is something that you probably already have in your kitchen, whether that be extra virgin olive oil that you cook with or grapeseed oil. We tend to use grapeseed oil most in our house because it's thinner and it absorbs faster than olive oil, so the kids aren't playing with it. And both of those, even grapeseed oil, you just get at your local grocery store. Or if I'm making a cream or if I'm making a salve, then I would use coconut oil. because coconut oil solidifies and it looks like, you can make it look like a lotion. You can put it in the blender or in the mixer and make it real fluffy like a body butter, or you can just, sometimes, I just don't have time to do all that. So I'll just scoop it out, put my oil in it. Lavender is typically what I use for skin outbreaks, allergic reaction outbreaks with the boy's skin. I'll just mix lavender up in it and rub it on them, and that's their lotion at nighttime. So I dilute everything to the kid dose, and the kid dose is 1%. So I would do 1 drop of essential oil to 30 drops of a carrier oil. And I do not expect everybody to remember that. There's many, many people on this team who can help. Okay, if you're going to put something on topically, if something hurts, you're going to put it where it hurts. If you're coughing, you're going to put it on your chest. Put it to where the problem area is. But if that's not working, always move to your feet. And I, again, did not know a whole lot about reflexology or VitaFlex point. But this is a very, very simple chart. There are many charts all over the internet, from feet to hands to ears. But let's say that somebody is having an allergy flare and your nose is running and your eyes might be itchy. Then take your oil and rub it underneath the base of your toes. That's your pressure point for your sinuses. If you're having a problem with your lungs, rub it right in the middle of your foot. If you're having sciatic pain that goes from your back down your bottom all the way down below your knee, it has to be below your knee for true sciatica, then you put a drop of the oil, pain-related oil, because we're trying to fix the pain or the inflammation. You put a drop on your heel. And I know that sounds crazy, and I had somebody do that, and she would have been the first to tell me that it didn't work. And she called me and said, Kenzie, I put that on my heel, and I don't know how that works, but it did. And I'm like, I don't know how it worked either, but it works. It works. So reflexology or pressure points or VitaFlex points are something that you can look into to see where to put oils that correspond to different places on your body. You have the most pores and the most dense pores on your feet. So if it's not working when you're putting it somewhere else, always go to your feet. You're going to absorb it. You're going to absorb it faster. If you put an oil on topically, it will reach every cell in your body in 20 minutes. And I thought that was crazy. There's no way. I take that over-the-counter medication for whatever, and it takes 35, 40 minutes before it even kicks in. Well, an essential oil will kick in faster. And the reason for that is because essential oils, the molecular weight of them are so, so small, they can get into our cells faster. Whereas synthetic medications, our bodies don't absorb them as well. They're not natural. It's all synthetic put together. They may have taken main constitutes from something that is natural, but they've modified it so much that our bodies just don't absorb it very well. Okay, the next way that you can use an essential oil is aromatically. Now, if you smell an essential oil, it takes 22 seconds to reach your brain. Now that sounds crazy, doesn't it? So when a fragrance is inhaled, the molecules travel up your nose to where they're trapped by the olfactory membrane, and from there it goes to the limbic system in our brain. And the limbic system is hidden way down deep in our brain, and it is directly connected to parts of our brain that control heart rate, blood pressure, breathing, memory, stress levels, hormone balance. So this is why if someone is very stressed, then I would hand them a bottle of Stress Away, which is an oil blend, and just say, smell this, and it will calm them down. If someone needs to go to sleep, I can diffuse lavender, because lavender helps you go to sleep, and it will get to them faster if they inhale it. The next way that you can use an essential oil is internally. Now, it will tell you on every bottle, it will say dietary supplement if you can use them internally. People do this different ways. If you want to drink them, which is perfectly fine, put them in a glass water bottle, especially if it is something citrus. You know, plastic or plastic cups, there is nothing natural about that cup. It is made with petrochemicals, and when you put a citrus oil in that, citrus oil breaks down petrochemicals. So if it doesn't dissolve your cup, then it will pull those chemicals from the cup, or the toxins from the cup, those petrochemicals, into your water, and then you're going to drink them. You're not going to know that you're drinking that. You don't taste them. But we put enough junk in our body, so we don't want to intentionally put that in there. So put it in glass when you're drinking oils. I drink lemon a lot, grapefruit, any kind of citrus. There's one called Citrus Fresh. I mean, I drink those every day for many different reasons, and we'll talk about those. Or you can make capsules. Some people really like to make capsules. If you're going to make a capsule for, let's say, high blood pressure, and you've got joint discomfort, and you might have those seasonal discomforts with runny nose and itchy eyes, you can put every single oil that you're using into one capsule. There's no need to make a capsule for your high blood pressure, a capsule for your high blood sugar, a capsule because your knee hurts, a capsule because your eyes are itching. No, you can put them all in one capsule. Essential oils will not interact with one another. They will not interact with your medication. This is a big question that I get about grapefruit, because grapefruit, you know, if you take a cholesterol medicine, that's the biggie, you cannot, or you're not supposed to eat grapefruit or drink grapefruit juice. That's because of how the grapefruit is broken down and the constitutes within that grapefruit juice. They are completely different than the essential oil. The essential oil comes from the rind. It does not come from the fruit. So it is safe to take grapefruit or use grapefruit while you're taking some of those medications that tell you not to use grapefruit, because you're not using the juice, you're using the oil. Okay, we're going to hit every oil that comes in that starter kit, and I'm going to go through them pretty fast. Just know that I am skimming the surface. It would take days to discuss all of these oils because they are used for so many different things. The first one we're going to talk about is Citrus Fresh, and Citrus Fresh is a blend, and a blend means there's more than one oil in that bottle. So Citrus Fresh contains orange, tangerine, mandarin, grapefruit, lemon, and spearmint, and all those are mixed within this one bottle. So Citrus Fresh is used for many different things. A lot of it go along with a mood boosting. All citrus oils are mood boosting oils. So give us a better outlook for the day. Hopefully decrease some of that stress that you might be having. So they're calming and they're relaxing. Kids and adults can use them. It promotes peace and happiness and creativity. They can help with weight loss. They're relaxing and calming and uplifting. They can help you focus. You can diffuse Citrus Fresh to purify the air. You can use Citrus Fresh anyway. You can use it topically, internally, and aromatically. One thing to remember about citrus oils is they are photosensitive. So if you're putting them on your body, especially as we're coming into spring and summer, put it where the sun don't shine, because you'll get sunburned. Put it underneath your clothes, just so the sun doesn't have direct contact to it. Remember to always use glass. Citrus Fresh is high in antioxidants. It will support the immune system. And like I said, you can use it as an air freshener. Frankincense is next. Frankincense is the most studied oil that I can find out there when I'm looking up research studies in oil. Frankincense comes from Yemen and Somalia. The next slide is I'm going to show you how you get it. That frankincense is used in the Middle East as the holy anointing oil. We know that frankincense was brought to baby Jesus. It is now moving into the United States. There's a study at Berkeley and a study in Puerto Rico about infusing frankincense for cellular health, or to used in place of maybe chemotherapy for that nasty C word. So you can use frankincense as a prevention oil. Frankincense is used for skin a lot. It can be used to reduce scars. People use it for cartilage function or joint function. If you're having some issues there, maybe your knee hurts because you're getting a little older, it can help there. If you just rub it on the area, it will boost your immunity. It helps uplift the mood and ease tension. You can use it for concentration, insect bites if you're feeling blue, stretch marks, breast health, and just a good overall maintenance oil or prevention oil. This is how you get frankincense. So the guy in the top left-hand slide is a guy in either Yemen or Somalia. That's where Young Living gets their frankincense. And this is how they have collected frankincense for thousands and thousands of years. That was another thing important to me, is I didn't want to use a company that was just coming in and cutting down trees. Here, this is how they're showing how he gets the frankincense. So he goes up to the tree, he will scrape the bark off of one side of the tree, and then the top right-hand corner is the resin oozing out. So that resin will ooze out and it will drop to the ground, and that's the picture in the bottom right-hand corner. And then they go back and they collect it. They collect that dried resin and they take it and distill it. So they put it in a big cooker and they let the oil rise to the top, and that's how they collect frankincense oil. So you go back to that tree in 6 months, and that's what it looks like in the bottom right-hand corner. So go a year later, and you go back to that tree, and they do the other side. So they're not changing anything that has been done over the years. Joy. Now there are some oils, and that's the one thing I miss about having an in-person class is people smelling oils. There are some oils that you love, and there's some oils that you just don't love. And I struggled to like Joy. It's just not a smell that I personally liked. There are lots and lots of people that I know that wear it as a perfume. They really, really like it. So everybody is different, but Joy I struggled with. Joy is another blend, and it contains bergamot, ylang-ylang, geranium, lemon, coriander, tangerine, jasmine, Roman chamomile, pomerose, and rose, and all of those are mixed into that one bottle. And Joy is used for what the name is, to promote joy, to make you have a better outlook, to make you have a better mood. You can use it to increase high blood pressure. You could use it for romance or togetherness. Joy is used during stressful times. If somebody has had a loss in their family or a tragic event, then you are to take the Joy, to drop on your hand and rub it over your heart. That's your pressure point for emotions for loss. So a drop of Joy on your hand and rub it over your heart. You're soothing the heart. Like I said, people use it for cologne and perfume. You can diffuse Joy or wear it topically. I went to a Healing Oils of the Bible class, and this is where I kind of started using Joy more often because it's biblical. And I thought, well, if it's biblical, then I should probably use it more. So Psalm 45:7 says, "You love righteousness and hate wickedness. Therefore God, your God, has set you above your companions by anointing you with the oil of joy." And you will see throughout the Bible oils of joy or oils of gladness, and they refer to oils that are in this bottle. So rosewood, jasmine, Roman chamomile, and rose were all used during biblical times to elevate the mood. So when I saw that this is biblical, then I thought maybe I need to use it some more. So I still struggle with the smell. It's not a bad smell at all. I mean, like I said, lots of people wear it as perfume. It's just kind of a sharp smell, and I guess that's why I don't like it. I don't really know why I don't like it. But I tend to diffuse it with something else. So I will put Joy and Thieves in the diffuser together, and the thieves will kind of overpower the joy, so I smell that. So just, I would diffuse it, or I diffuse it with something that I like. Okay, next is lavender, and lavender is termed the Swiss Army knife of oils because it is used for so many different things. We use it every single night for sleep. Like I said earlier, I wanted to get my boys off of allergy medicine, and this is a main oil that goes in their allergy blend. So in that blend, I use lemon, lavender, and peppermint. So this is an oil that's in that. This is something that we use every day. So it's really good to help you relax or wind down before bed. You can also use this for the skin. So if you have a cut or a scrape, you can put the lavender on, directly on it. You do not have to dilute it, and it will help cleanse out that wound and kill any of those bad bugs that might have gotten into it. You can use it for bruises to help. Number one, if you get it on right when you have the injury, you will not bruise. But if you do have the bruise, it will help get rid of the bruise faster. You can use it for scarring. You can also use it in food. You can use it on chapped skin or burnt skin. My dad, we went to the beach right after I got my kit, and he got a sunburn. Well, I didn't know anything about these oils, so I put it all over his face, but I did not put it on his lips. Well, we woke up in the morning, and his whole face was tan, but his lips were swollen, and they were huge, and they were blistered. So I should have put it on his lips. I didn't know that I could do that. Now I know you can ingest lavender, so it's perfectly fine to put it on your lips. Just don't put an oil in your eye, directly in your eye, or directly in your ear. Those are the two places not to put the oil. While I say that, let's talk. What happens if you get an oil in your eye? We've all done it. Well, the majority of us have done it, I can say. Do not wash it with water. Oil and water do not mix. So if you put water in your eye, it will just spread that oil around. So get your carrier oil that we talked about in the beginning, grapeseed, coconut, extra virgin olive oil. I don't care if it's vegetable oil, Wesson oil, whatever kind of oil you can get, then put that in your eye and it will dilute it out. Many of us have done it, obviously unintentional, but it happens. It happens. I was putting oils on the boy's feet. I went to put my makeup on. I came back, and when I was in there, I didn't realize that some of the oil was still on my finger. So I rubbed it right in my eye. Got the carrier oil and was able just to wash it straight out. So lavender can be used for stress. It can help calm you down. Can be used as a sleep aid. You can use it for motion sickness. Bee stings, insect bites, burns. People have used them for nosebleeds. You can use it for deodorant, a natural deodorant. You know, none of us should be using aluminum in our deodorant. Look up some of those studies. It's pretty astounding. Now, I have to say, it's very difficult to find a deodorant without aluminum, and all the ones there's been one, and I just got it this week that I think that I might actually be able to use, because none of them work. But lavender you can use as a natural deodorant. You can use it to get rid of insects or moths, and you can also use it to freshen your laundry. So many things lavender is used for. Over here, I kind of went past this one, but skin, in their laundry, seasonal discomfort. You know, this time of year, everything is blooming. So if the boys are really having an outbreak, I'll just take a drop of lavender and rub it on their cheeks, over their sinuses. It will help dry that nose up fast. Okay, lemon. Lemon is the oil that I first ran out of in my kit, and I will say, and I don't care to say, that I read a study that said it would promote fat loss, and I hate going to the gym. There is nothing about exercise I like, nothing at all. Never have I ever liked it. So I struggle with that. I get it, but lemon, I read the study that it should promote fat loss. So I drank the majority of that bottle of lemon. We also use this in the boys' allergy medicine. It can be used to clean with. This is a cleansing oil. So, you know, they could be using this oil to cleanse the factories when they seal the oil, because we know they're not using chemicals there. So cleansing is a big one. In a 5 ml bottle 5 milliliter bottle of essential oil. It takes 75 lemons to produce that one bottle. It takes 3,000 lemons to produce 2 pounds of oil. Lemon is used for lots of different things. It can help build your blood up if you have low blood. Historically, it's been used to fight against food poisoning. It can help boost those blood cells that help us fight off infection. So it is an immuno-boosting oil. You can use lemon, and I hate to say this, to take spots or crayons off the floor or the wall, and you will not mess up your hardwood floors, nor will you mess up your wall. You can spray it on, put it in a spray bottle and cleanse the surfaces. Put it on a blemish to help get rid of that oily skin. It will take care of oily skin. You just use it as a toner as you would at nighttime. You can use it to help cellulite, to improve circulation. You can cook with it. Any of these oils, you can cook with them. If you can ingest them, cook with them. It's perfectly fine. You can add it to your tea if you're a lemon drinker. If you like lemon with your tea or lemon water, use the essential oil. You're going to get more benefits than using the fruit. It's totally different constitutes. Next is Melaleuca alternifolia, and now on the bottles they say tea tree oil in big letters and Melaleuca alternifolia in small letters. Most people know it by tea tree oil. It's the same plant or the same tree. This is one that survivalists want to keep with them because if they get a cut or a scrape or sick out in the wilderness, this is the oil that will help get them well faster. You can use them to purify your skin, to clean your skin, use them against environmental or seasonal effects. So my boys have a little spray bottle that's called Boo Boo Spray. You know, if they fall and scrape their leg outside, instead of me handing them a commercial product of wound cleansing that is going to burn them when I put on it, and they always scream when I would pour that on them. Now I just hand them a bottle, and it's got Melaleuca and lavender and another oil that we'll talk about next called, or a couple down, called Purification, because that's going to cleanse that wound. It's going to get all those bad bugs in there, germs that could have gotten in the wound that would make them sick. It will cleanse it, just like that over-the-counter stuff. So if you have yellow nails or itchy feet, and we all know what that means, and I have to say that I struggle at keeping classes, it's a work in progress, FDA compliant. You know, the FDA does not like essential oils in the fact that pharmaceutical companies cannot put a patent on them. They're grown from the earth. They're natural. There's nothing made up about them. So pharmaceutical companies don't like this. FDA is about pharmaceutical companies. So I try not to say diagnoses during presentations, but sometimes I slip. I understand that. So itchy nails or itchy feet, yellow nails, put a drop on that area and it will take care of the problem. If you have a skin tag, put a drop on that. It will help get rid of the skin tag, help it dry up. Melaleuca will also help prevent lice. So now, with an upcoming kindergartner, I have Melaleuca in our shampoo. And we just wash our hair with it every single day. It does not smell bad. I've probably put, you know, in a 20-ounce bottle, probably 10 drops of Melaleuca in it. If you have problems where you get those white flakes on your shoulders, it will help soothe and heal your scalp. If you've got a splinter, put a drop of essential oil Melaleuca on it and let it sit, and it will help that splinter fester itself out so you'll be able to pull it out faster. Use it for cuts and scrapes. If you've got an ear pressure or an earache, put a couple drops of Melaleuca around your ears and down your eustachian tube, and it will help drain those ears faster. Panaway. Panaway is a blend, and this is the pain oil. That is what it is made for. So if something hurts, this is the oil that you're going to use. It contains wintergreen, helichrysum, clove, and peppermint, and all of those are in that one bottle. So you use this oil where it hurts. You rub it exactly where it hurts. Unless you put it there and it's not helping, then let's say your back hurts and you go to a VitaFlex point chart and you can see, you know, your low back area. You could put a drop of oil or rub some oil there. Sciatic pain, like I said earlier, on your heel. Wherever it hurts is what you use it for. So wintergreen contains menthol. And, you know, when we get over-the-counter pain rubs and you get that burning or kind of stinging hot feel, that's from the menthol that you're feeling or the capsaicin that you're feeling. Helichrysum is known for its restorative properties that will support the nervous system and tissues to regenerate. It'll help with aches and pains of everyday life. And peppermint, we'll talk a lot about peppermint in a minute, but peppermint is a driver oil, which means if you're putting Pain-Away on because something hurts, put the Pain-Away on and then put a drop of peppermint on top of it because it will push or drive whatever oils are underneath it into the tissues. So it will get deeper down to help that ailment that you're having. And then clove, which is also in Pain-Away, helps to boost the immunity. It's the highest rated or ranked antioxidant out there. It is an oil. Clove is something that you have probably already used and don't even know it. When you go to the dentist and they numb your gums, they are using eugenol, and eugenol is just a constitute in clove that they use to numb us. So we probably use that and you don't even realize it. But Pain-Away, you just rub it where it hurts. So sore muscles, low back discomfort, joint discomfort, headaches, growing pain. If you've got like a pinched nerve, maybe in your wrist or in your elbow or maybe in your shoulder, you can use it for that because helichrysum helps with the nerve regeneration. And it will also help with the pain. And sciatica again. Next is peppermint. Peppermint is one of the oldest and mostly regarded herbs for soothing digestion. So when I think of peppermint, I think of a candy cane, but I will tell you that this peppermint does not smell sweet like a candy cane. It has more of a earthy or woodsy smell to it. Peppermint is considered a hot oil, not that it's going to hurt you if you put it on you. Some people like that stinging, burning of like an over-the-counter muscle rub, and some people don't. So peppermint, that's what it feels like. So if you don't like that kind of feeling, then don't put it on straight. You need to dilute it down in some kind of carrier oil, whatever you might have. It is used to promote respiratory function. It will help open those lung passage airways up. So if you are coughing, it will help you get that mucus out. It will help open up your sinuses. All you have to do is take the cap off the peppermint and smell it. And if you are congested, you can feel your sinuses just open up, and then your nose will start running. You'll get all of that junk out there. Peppermint is also used for fatigue. So if you are tired, if you need an afternoon pick-me-up, again, you can just smell the peppermint, put it in a diffuser, put it on you topically. Just take the cap off and smell it. It will help wake you up. You can cook with it. And other things that you can use, put it in a drink like a hot tea to drink it if you're having gastric issues. You can put it on your abdomen. So those of you, I see people with notebooks. If you are taking notes, one thing to write down is if you have, if you are going to the bathroom, here I am trying not to use diagnoses. If you're going to the bathroom too much and you just can't stay off the toilet, well, that's because things are moving through your large bowel too fast. So you will take the peppermint, put it on your hand, and rub it from left to right. You're trying to back it up. If you are not able to go to the bathroom, then you take the peppermint, put it on your hand, and just a couple drops. I'm not saying pour that whole bottle on your belly. Just a couple drops. Rub it from right to left. and that will promote the peristalsis. That will help you go to the bathroom. And I know that sounds crazy, and when I say that, I feel like I need crystals around my neck, but it works. If you maybe eat pizza too late at night, and then you go lie down in your bed, and then you feel like you're on fire, take the peppermint and rub it over your stomach. Rub it over like the bottom of your sternum. That's where your stomach is, not way down there at your belly button. Rub it up high over your stomach, and that will help soothe that burning feeling. Another big one that people use peppermint for is head pressure. So if you are someone who has chronic head pressure issues, that you cannot get out of bed and you can't turn the light on, then peppermint would be an oil that you could use. And you take that oil and just a drop, put it in on your temples, back in your hairline. Don't put it way up next to your eyes. Remember, it's a hot oil, and your eyes are gonna run. They're gonna your eyes will feel like they're on fire. Not because the oil is in it, just because it's close. So put it back in your hairline, just a drop, or rub it over your forehead. If you're more of a tension head pressure person, or your muscles get tense, then take the drop of peppermint and rub it at the base of your skull. We have several people who have been on high dose prescription medications for chronic head pressure issues, where they are in the bed for days. This is really helping them. I personally don't have that issue, so I can't tell you that it's helped me personally, but there's many, many people on our team who have fabulous and awesome stories about how they're using peppermint and being able to not use as much of their medication. So peppermint will also help you curb that appetite. So if you need an appetite suppressant, peppermint is one that you can put in a capsule and take. You can drink it, or you can just even smell it. It will also decrease your body temperature. So if you are a woman who's going through the change, put some peppermint in the spray bottle and just literally spray yourself. The mist is so small in those spray bottles that, and I'll show you, if any of you purchase a starter kit, then I'll send you this little starter thing that'll help you get started. And there'll be a spray bottle in there, and it will help you, you just mist it, and it's really just a mist. You're not squirting yourself down with water and peppermint. And it will help decrease that body temperature. If somebody has, like the boys, for example, have a fever, then I would take a drop of peppermint and put it on their foot. And for us, instead of me running to get the ibuprofen and giving it to them, the peppermint has helped bring their body temperature down and keep it down. So it will decrease your body temperature. You can use it for rodents or ants or spiders, cockroaches, to increase concentration. We've got lots of teachers right now who are just using peppermint and lemon in their classroom. It's coming up on TCAP test time, so they want them to be concentrated. They want them to be alert. Let's see, bad breath. Put a drop on your tongue. You can use that instead of using or taking mints. If you are some person with high blood sugar, you take that mint and your blood sugar spikes. This will not affect your blood sugar. The next oil is Purification, and Purification is another blend. It contains citronella, lemongrass, rosemary, melaleuca, lavandin, and myrtle. And lavandin has been used for many, many years by vets in England in their clinics to sterilize the animal cages because it's so good at killing bacteria. So this is one that's in the boys' booby spray. Right now, I think that Wilson is having just some kind of allergy, probably response. He may have, how do you say this, FDA compliant, where he's gotten some bacteria possibly in one eye, and it's very red, and it's running and draining all nasty goop. So I took Purification and I rubbed it on his cheekbone, to hopefully get rid of those bad bugs. So we don't end up having to go get prescription eye drops, which may happen. You know, again, I'm not against medication, but if I can do something natural to help him and make him feel better, then that's what I'm going to do. So purification can be used for that. You can diffuse it to cleanse your environment. So if there's cigarette smoke or the dogs come in and they just stink, you know, dogs go outside and they run and they're not necessarily dirty, they just smell like a dog. So you can diffuse purification to get rid of those odors. I put a drop of purification on a cotton ball and put it underneath my trash bag and my trash can. There's purification on a cotton ball in my refrigerator instead of having a box of baking soda to absorb the smells. Now it's just a drop of purification in there to absorb the smells and it takes away. I make our own laundry detergent and I put purification in the laundry detergent to help get rid of the smells. I know that I'm not the only person who has ever left laundry in the washing machine and forgot to get it out before I go to work. And then you come home and you're like, man, that smells sour. And then here I am having to rewash the entire load. Well, now I would just take a couple of drops of purification, put it in with those clothes, and run it through the rinse cycle, and that's all I would need. You can use it for skin outbreaks or skin blemishes, earache. Just rub it around your ear, not in your ear, and down your eustachian tubes if you've got a sore throat. Then a drop of purification, put it on your hand and just rub it down the outside of your neck, and it will absorb through and get to your throat, the area where you have the issue. Stress Away is an oil that we really don't go without in our house anymore. Anderson, our 5-year-old, has got lots of social anxiety issues, and he has problems going into new or unfamiliar situations, and situations that are not unfamiliar. You know, he's gone to the same Mother's Day out for 3 years, but we were still having issues going there. Well, Stress Away is an oil that we use every single day with him. I do not dilute this oil with him, but Stress Away contains copaiba, lime, cedarwood, vanilla octia, and lavender. And I just put it on him topically. So I put it on his neck, or he actually does it himself. He's got his own bottle, and he would rub it on his wrist, and out the door we go. So Stress Away is used for stress, everyday stress. You know, we all have stressful situations. Always say, I don't get stressed. I'm not a stressed person, whatever. But, you know, we all have it. We all deal with it differently. Some people get headaches. Some people get tense muscles. Some people end up at the chiropractor or a masseuse because they are stressed and haven't dealt with it appropriately. This can help you. This can help soothe those stressful situations. Relaxation, you can use it for nervous tension. You can use it for sleep. I have somebody who has issues with her legs at nighttime when she goes to bed, and then she feels like her legs don't stop moving. So she can't sleep and she can't rest. So now she just takes Stress Away, puts a drop on her hand and rubs it on her legs, and those restless movements stop, and she is able to go to bed. The next and last oil blend in the kit is Thieves. And Thieves is a blend of clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And Thieves got its name because in France during the bubonic plague, these guys or herbalists were going into people's homes and they were robbing them. They were robbing the bodies of the dead and dying. Well, they were never getting sick. So when they were apprehended, the thieves were forced to tell their secret and disclose what herbs or spices or oils that they had used to protect them, to keep them from getting sick. So this is what the blend of different oils and herbs that they were using. So clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And there is a study by Weber State University that demonstrates the killing power of these oils and how when diffused or put on a surface, it would kill 99.96% of the bacteria and viruses. So this is an oil that we use a lot during the winter months when those viruses are going around, and it was really, really bad this year. But knock on wood, I have to say we did not get it. And I'm not a mom that keeps my boys at home just because people around them are getting sick. You know, they're bound to get sick. I may bring something home from the clinic. We're all exposed. So I would rub thieves on their feet. I diffuse thieves every single time I have a class or a party, or every single time someone is coming over to our house. Not only am I trying to protect us, but I'm trying to protect whoever's coming. You know, I may end up being sick tomorrow, but right now is when I'm putting off that virus. So I don't want to intentionally make them sick. So if there's a way that I can help prevent that, then that's what I'm going to do. So thieves, this is a picture for those of you that can see in the bottom right-hand corner where they put in a petri dish thieves, lavender, peppermint, and a hand sanitizer. And you can see where the thieves bacteria did not grow. Whereas, look at that hand sanitizer. Here I am getting hand sanitizer all over the boys, you know, always making them use it because I think I'm killing all the germs, but obviously I'm not. So now Thieves is in a little glass spray bottle that lives in my purse, and that's what we use as a hand sanitizer. I spray it on buggies when we go to the store. I clean everything in my house with Thieves. I clean the granite countertops. I clean the floors, the hardwood floors. I clean everything. So Thieves is a really good one. It is an immune boosting oil. Next thing that comes in the kit is Ningxia Red. And Ningxia Red, I will tell you, I got it and it came and I never opened it. And I went to a conference in Asheville one night and I saw these 80-year-old women and they were carrying boxes of this stuff out. So I looked at my mom who had talked and going with me and I said, I don't know what that is, but we need it. So I went to the back table and I asked the girls back there and I said, what is that? And what does it taste like? And being a little smart aleck, she says to me, because I had a member tag on, she says, did you not get that in your kit? And I had to say, yes, I did. But if something is that good for me, it's probably disgusting. So I never opened it, ever, never. So she gave me one out of her purse, and my mom and I split it, and it's not bad at all, to the point where my children drink it every single day. The recommended dose is 1 to 2 ounces a day. We drink 1 ounce a day. And I just measure it in a little shot glass and pour it in and hand it to whichever kid comes in the kitchen first. And then pour it to the next kid and then pour it for my husband and then I take it next. And it is amazing what this oil or drink with oils has done for us. I think this really helped us during that sick season, winter months, not to get sick. It helps boost the immunity. So what is in this? And I will say that there is no artificial sugars in this. If you are some person with high blood sugar and you think, there's no way I can drink all that fruit or those vegetables because that's going to jack my sugar up. Well, let me tell you, I have the most unstable blood sugar, and it's awful. And this does not mess with my blood sugar at all. Typically, if I were to eat some fruits mostly fruits, it would raise my sugar really high and then give me about 30 minutes and it would bottom out. This does not do that. It's actually used a lot for people with high blood sugar. It's used a lot with people with joint pain. It's one that we use every day, like I said. So what does it have in it? The main ingredient in it is the Chinese wolfberry, and the wolfberry is the highest scoring food worldwide for antioxidants, whereas clove is the highest scoring essential oil. So it's measured on the ORAC scale, or the oxygen radical absorption capacity scale. And the higher the ORAC scale, the more capable a food or oil is of destroying free radicals. And we know free radicals are things that we're exposed to all the time. And we all have abnormal or compromised cells running around in our body. It's not until we get an overproduction of those cells that we get that C word diagnoses. But free radicals are something that we need to take seriously and try to get rid of. Blueberries, for example, are high in antioxidants, nowhere near the antioxidants of the Chinese wolfberry, but you'll hear about that on the news. Seems like it's a cyclic thing, and we'll hear about it for a couple weeks or months, and then it just goes away, and we don't hear about antioxidants, and then it makes its comeback. So, in 1 ounce of Ningxia Red, it has the antioxidant power of 34 onions, 100 oranges, 814 blueberries, 22 carrots, 10 pounds of spinach, 55 pounds of almonds, 59 broccoli fruit, 73 strawberries, and 93 apples. So you go try to eat all of that in one day, and let's see how you feel. And I'll just take that 1 ounce of Ningxia and get the same effect. Wilson is a terrible eater. Terrible, terrible, terrible eater. If it's not macaroni and cheese, then we're probably not going to eat it. Or chili, chips, and salsa. He will eat that. So if he has his 1 ounce of Ningxia in, then, I'm okay. It's fine. He'll eat when he's hungry. So I encourage you to try it. Don't be like me and throw it in the pantry on the top shelf because you think it's going to be disgusting. Try it. The health benefits that has is pretty amazing. Okay, so I am not a saleswoman. I do these classes for educational purposes, I guess. But I have to tell you how to get these. There's 2 ways. One is a wholesale member, and that's one way. That's the way I have to say that majority of the people go. That is the way that I went. And the other way is a customer. So, I don't want that kit. I don't want all those oils. I just want 1 bottle of peppermint. And that's fine. Some people do that. Some people just go for a specific ailment and just want to treat that one thing. That's fine. That's when you would become a retail customer and you will just pay the full retail price for that item. The next way, or the wholesale member way, the way that I went, the way the majority of people went, is where you want to buy the product or this kit at a wholesale price. And I will do anything for a discount. And when I learned that I could buy this kit and I could get 24% off the kit, and then I could get 24% off of anything that I ever wanted to purchase from Young Living forever, as long as I spent another $50 within the year, that is the deal that I wanted. I will do anything for a discount. There is no sign-up fee. There is no cancellation fee. There is not something that's going to be shipped to your house every single month unless you opt for that. You have to opt for that to happen. So nothing is going to be auto-shipped to your house unless you pick that. You just have to purchase another $50 within a year to keep your wholesale membership. So you say, well, I want the kit because I want that discount, but you never purchase anything for a whole calendar year. That's okay. You don't get a fine. You don't get a fee for something. You just resort back to the retail member or the retail customer, and you just go back and you will pay for the retail price, the full price, and just don't get your discount. So how do you sign up? I encourage you to reach out to the person who invited you to this class. Again, I do these for our team. Our team, I never ever intended to ever teach a class, ever. I've just got this kit to use it for my family, but it's amazing the humor that God has. I mean, I have time to teach these classes, but I love it. And it is amazing how God provides that time for me to teach these. It is so fun to get texts and emails and say, can you believe I used this and it worked for this? I mean, that is so fun to me every single day, multiple times a day, I get a message. And it's either a question, hey, what do I do for this? Or the second one is, I used this and it worked. And how did that work? And usually my response is, I don't know how it worked. I don't know. But as long as it does. So reach out to the person who invited you. They have a link that they can send you that will help you sign up. Because I think there are people on here who just saw this on Facebook and you weren't personally invited by somebody. And if that's the case, reach out to me and I will help you sign up. That's perfectly fine. So one thing that I like to say before It's over. If there is a program, when I talked about no auto ship, this is the program that you have to sign up for. And I mentioned this in the one-on-one class because I see people that order $200 and $300 worth of stuff, and I just cringe because they could have made themselves money. So this Essential Reward program, if you see that you're being a frequent buyer and you're buying something every month, I want you to look at it. This is the program that you have to spend $50 a month, but you make 10% of everything that you purchase back for yourself. Nobody makes that money but yourself, that you can use on products. So look at that if you see that you are somebody who is using the oils every month and continue to use them. Like me, I did not join Essential Rewards in the beginning. I didn't know that I was going to use this stuff. But now that I have replaced so many medications with my boys' medication, prescription medication, you know, this is their medicine now. So I have to, I have to keep lemon, lavender, peppermint because this is what we use every single day to fight those seasonal allergies. So look at that if you see that you're using it every month. I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna unmute people, and if I can. Okay. Maybe I'm gonna mute. Forgive me. Well, can y'all hear me now? Does anybody have any questions that you have for me? That's okay. Feel free to message me. Feel free to reach out to whoever invites you will help you sign up. We have a Facebook team. Our team. We've got a page on Facebook, and that's called Face Droppers. And if you are a member or you have a kit, we automatically put you on that team or on that page. And feel free to always post a question. If you have a question, post it on there, and somebody will answer it. If I'm in clinic or if I'm in surgery or if I'm wherever and with patients and I can't get to it, somebody will answer the response. If not, my phone is always available. It goes off all day, half the night, with questions of sorts. And I see Heather smiling. So feel free to answer or question me, question whoever invited you. People know a whole lot more than they think that they know. Answer a whole lot of questions. So feel free to reach out to whoever invited you. They know a lot, I'm sure. If not, they know how to get me. Or I am on Facebook. It's Kinsey Robinson Lovingood on Facebook. And my email address is kinsey@AOL.com. Either of those, we can help you. So if you have questions that you think about later, post them to the event page, and other people can see them and help kill two birds with one stone. I'm sure somebody else has a question. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope you learned something. I know that I throw tons of information out there, and typically I have people that come to 2, 3, 4, even more classes, and they say, Kinsey, you add something else in. And I probably do. Just every time I read something during the week or whatever, I throw it in. There's no script. So things change, and I know I may say something different next week when we do an online class. So feel free to watch again. There's lots and lots of people, and that's perfectly fine. That's how we learn. We are all learning this together. It is a learning curve. This is not something that we do every day, It's easy just to go get the bottle of ibuprofen because we know that's what's going to work. That's what we've always used. But there's alternatives out there, and we just need to try them. So thank you for being here. Let us know if we can help you in any way. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.